All right. Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to our GDI virtual hackathon. So happy everyone's here today. My name is Katie Franco. I'm the executive director of Girl Develop It. And with me today is Brenda Jin. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brenda. I am a founding software engineer at a small startup called Vori. I'm on the board of GDI, and a number of years ago, I took my very first coding classes with GDI, so I'm very excited to be here.
It's like a full circle moment, huh? Well, we're so happy to be here today and kicking off our second hackathon we've ever done virtually. We've had an amazing turnout for all of our pre-events and registration, so we can't wait to see where this week takes us. Before we do anything here, we have to thank our amazing sponsors and partners who really helped us providing financial support and other resources to get us to this point. These companies are amazing. A lot of them will be speaking or being part of the event. I definitely check out their programs. Folks like ServiceNow and T-Mobile have amazing hiring programs that are really open to folks who are pivoting and starting off in their career. So definitely check them out. Just want to give everyone a big thank you. Well, real quick, I know a lot of folks have been around GDI for a while, but if you haven't, I just wanted to introduce us and what we are and what we do. So we're a nonprofit organization. Our mission is to create welcoming, supportive opportunities for women and non-binary adults to learn software development skills. We truly believe in a world where all people are included and empowered by the development of technology is important and powerful. And that's what we do. We do this through offering classes and events like this. We have a ton of classes. I think we've taught over 120 classes this year. Everything from intro to Python, intro to CSS, to a much more detailed, React cohort where we meet 4 or 5 times and really dig in and learn a code or learn a process. We also just kicked off an algorithms class like last night. That's a huge class to help folks not just learn it, master it, but be ready to nail their first job interviews. This event is amazingly fun for us. We really felt like it's important. We have so many folks who are learning in our community, and this brings it together. So it gives us opportunity to take what we've learned in different classes and boot camps and whatever people have been doing, meet each other, meet some new friends, and build some really cool stuff. And Brenda will tell you this is important when you're moving into the tech space to be able to jump into a hackathon, have hackathon experience, and be able to build. 90% of the folks who attended our event last year were brand new to hackathon. So that is amazing. We're proud of that. We want new friends. We want folks who've been hacking for a while. We want all of it. And together we know we're going to have a really great week. Real quick, our high level goals, we just want to make sure you're meeting some great people. We're living in a virtual world. It's not so easy to meet folks who are into the things you are, especially coding. This is a great opportunity to meet new folks. We're going to learn and level up your skills. So there's some great workshops. There's some great opportunities to work with mentors throughout the week and really challenge yourself to take what you've learned, take it to the next level, learn from each other, ask a ton of questions, which is another one of our goals. We always want to make sure in any of our GDI classes that you leave and you've asked your questions. You're not leaving going, oh, I just didn't understand, but you truly got a chance to learn, to ask the questions, to grow. We also want to have fun. The world's serious, so we need to have some fun. And some of the topics and ideas folks are building are fun. They're interesting. We want you to work on projects that you have a passion for, that make you excited to work on. I know I was creating some Slack groups last night for a couple of teams, and folks are already jumping in there. They're fired up, ready to work on some stuff. We also have a ton of fun prizes and opportunities to do some fun stuff. So we'll tell you more about that. And then just really want to make sure that you are able to practice your coding. We have a huge schedule of events, lots of fun things. I'm not going to jump into all this now. This is on the website. When you're in our webpage, you click on the agenda, you can see all the different things that are happening every day. But most days we have our theory and content was something to help you think, maybe open up, like today's innovation panel about health and IT is a really interesting panel about who's working in that space. What are the future of jobs in that space? And then we have some basic, how to help you succeed in the hackathon kind of content. So today we have an install-a-thon, and then we have some tech training. So this afternoon we have a really cool class, and I think actually this is just today, to kind of break it down. So again, we have that kind of let's get you thinking, some new ideas, really focusing on the hackathon. The fireside chat with ServiceNow is super cool. Again, I mentioned they have some amazing programs, how they're helping folks jump into the space. I definitely recommend you check that out. And then we have the building web apps with Python. So again, some tech, some hackathon focus, and some career focused things. We try to give you that each day, and each day we'll kind of go over that agenda for you. Okay, just a couple quick event logistics. So the biggest thing for us in all of our GDI events is that we have a code of conduct here. We're all together sharing time and space. And as we come together from different places, we always want to kind of ground ourselves in this respectful, inclusive, and safe environment that we're really trying to create. If for any reason at any time in this event you don't feel that way, even if it's just you didn't feel like you could ask a question, please feel free to reach out to us. We really work hard to make this our goal. And if we really want everyone to feel this as best as we can do. So please keep us posted. We'll talk about this every day. We'll kind of always do reminders about this, but this is really important to us. The other big event logistics is here today. We're in our conference platform. So this is off of our website. It's a place where we can host big events like this. We host a lot of our classes here. But the action really of the teams and the work is going to happen in Slack. So if you haven't joined our Slack yet, we're going to go ahead and drop the invite into the chat. And these are the two key threads you want to be following. Hack for Health 22 is our main general, like, hey, I just joined kind of thread. You want to be in there. And then the help desk is where a lot of our mentors will be throughout the week. So this is where you can get help. This is where you can pose a question. We have amazing mentors who volunteer their time. And a lot other folks who just said, hey, I'm happy to check out that chat whenever I can. So we're definitely going to be able, those are the two to follow. And again, if you're not in our Slack channel yet, we will drop the invite link into this chat so we can get you there. And then the other big logistic here is that we're working towards a presentation time on Saturday on the 19th from 2 to 4 East Coast, which is 11 to 1 West Coast. And the awards presentation will be immediately after. So this is important. We want to make sure that at least one person from every team can be there. So this is a really good conversation to have early on, and they can present. And your project must be able to be demonstrated. So you need to be able to show us something to the judges. I will say judging is really fun. We have a very tough panel of experts who are really also, we're going to be recognizing you for everything from just the effort you put in, the colors you use, how you incorporated the theme, just your great ideas. We're going to have fun with it. There is some great prizes for the top 3 teams, but there's a lot of other prizes for everybody. So we want everyone to make it to Saturday and be able to show us something, even if it's just 1 or 2 pages. And we'll talk more about that in a second. So, before we get in, since we've been doing some pre-events, we did this last year, we had some really interesting questions that keep coming out. So we thought we would just kind of kick this off. And Brenda, maybe I can ask some of these to you and kind of, you could answer these and let folks know, kind of answer some of the big things on their mind. So the biggest question everybody has is, how do I find my team, Brenda?
Okay. So if you don't have a team yet, don't worry. What you need to do is come to the team formation event later, or go ahead and join those channels that Katie mentioned on Slack and let everyone know that you're looking for a team, or whether you've got an idea and what kind of skills you want to contribute to a team. It is going to take some legwork to find a team, but make sure you go around and look for a project you're interested in, or start a project you're interested in. So there's nothing wrong with taking the lead for a team and an idea.
Absolutely. And then what about the stack? Is there a certain stack everyone's going to use to do this? How do we pick what we're going to use to build our projects?
So it's totally up to you and your team. We did at the Installathon get a lot of folks set up with Node and React because we thought that would be popular. But we got questions about Arduino. We got questions about native applications with React Native. Whatever you want to use that you're comfortable with your skill set, that you also think demonstrates the project that you want to build, that's what you should use.
Great. And when can folks start?
Whenever you like, whenever you're ready, whenever you've got your team and your idea and you're excited, go for it.
Great. And how do folks find help as they're working on the event?
So we do have a help desk channel in Slack. So there were 2 channels that Katie mentioned. The first one was the general event channel, where we'll be posting some announcements. There's going to be some general resources and folks are chatting about team formation, stuff like that. Then we have a help desk channel, and that help desk channel is run by mentors who will help you with any tech issues or questions that you might come up with in the project development cycle. The one thing is that the mentors don't know everything, so we'll probably help you find the answer for yourself.
That's great. And then what happens if a team just runs out of time?
So time management is a huge concern, I think, for all software and technology projects. And so this is just like little mini representation of what happens at work, I guess. So don't worry. Just think about that as you're going forward. So there's a couple tips for this. Make sure you're proactively communicating with your whole team about what your availability is, so that if you need another team member to cover when you're not available, you can go ahead and find that other team member early on. So that's one tip. Another tip is to keep your eye on the clock. So we have a limited amount of time, and you and your team might want to set up some milestones that you want to hit before it's time to do the live demo. So maybe you want to be code complete by a certain time, or only doing fixes at a certain time. Maybe you want to dedicate the last couple hours to honing your presentation. Maybe you want to do a time check the day before presentation and see if how you're doing realistically, and if there's any scope you want to cut. So definitely work through the time management with your team, be proactive about communication, and don't be afraid to pull back on the plan.
That's great. Those are amazing. I'm sure everyone will have a lot more questions, and feel free to chime into Slack. We'll both be in there, and Brenda will be in there throughout the day and answer some questions. And then, Brenda, before we let you get back to your day and your work, you kind of helped us kind of envision this hackathon. So I know you've got some really good tips for just how folks can crush this event. Can you just go over these for us?
Yes, and just real quick, I believe there's some questions about the Slack channels that I mentioned. Those were emailed, right? The invitations.
Correct.
So check your email for those invitations. It may look like an event email, and make sure you sign up. You do not need an @girldevelopit.com email to join the Slack. So go ahead and check your email, maybe look through the spam as well. Cool. So how to crush your first hackathon. The first trick to crushing a hackathon is picking an achievable project and demoable. So if you think about all the apps that you use, there's probably a number of features that you use and love, but maybe one core feature that is the reason that you've got the application. So when you're thinking about what you're building with a project, think about the core user experience, and only one user experience, not all the bells and whistles. The core user experience, which will probably be 3 to 4 steps that a user will walk through that you can demo at demo day. The second part is to find a team. Make sure you're really clear about availability and skills. And I think err on the side of over building a team rather than under building a team, because things might come up, people might be busy, emergencies happen, and if you put in the work, we would love to see it when all the demos are happening. So we want to make sure that you have a team and that you have coverage for the skills that you're going to need. I think that's going to make you successful. The third tip is to use your mentors. So we're here to help you learn how to troubleshoot and solve your own problems. So come to the help desk when you want help. And the fourth tip is stand on the shoulders of giants. So in the time that we have, you are not expected to code everything from scratch. So use open source, use libraries that are already built, use user experiences that you've already seen and love, use designs that you've seen out in the world. You don't have to build everything from scratch. And then keep your eye on the clock, manage your time, and don't forget to practice your demo. And Katie, I believe we have a session dedicated for this. Is that right?
We do. On Friday, we've got Brenda and a couple other volunteers who are going to be in there and able to help you practice your demo, ask some tough questions, and really help you get prepped for the final presentation. So keep your eye on that too. That comes up on Friday around, I think we're doing that early in the afternoon. Cool. Thanks, Brenda. Thanks for your master tips. A couple of things just to share about GDI while you're here. If you haven't already become a member with GDI, I highly recommend it. We offer a super low cost package where you can access all of our classes at one price. The other super fun thing that we're doing, I don't think I have it up here, did I? Yeah, here it is. So we actually are doing a raffle during this hackathon. We have amazing sponsors who have supported us, but we have so many prizes to mail out. We're raising money to actually be able to afford our postage. So we've got 3 amazing prizes: an Apple Watch Series 2, a GDI membership, which is a $606 value, and a gear package of a really cool fleece and a backpack. So these tickets are $20, or you can buy 3 for $50, I think, or 6 for $100. So feel free to jump over. We'll drop the link in the chat here. But throughout the week, share this with your friends and family. They're great prizes. We're going to pull the prizes on Friday at 4, but definitely take a chance to support us and win some really cool stuff. Again, just another big, huge thanks to all of our sponsors. Again, we're so lucky to have them. These sponsors are some of the folks who've actually given some of our prizes, which is really cool. We've got some really great and interesting access to tech. We've got some really cool wearables, some really cool other access. So stay tuned for so much more. And again, we're just so thankful that you're all here. You've all taken the first step to come to a hackathon and spend your day with us. Before we go on, Brenda, any wisdom or closing thoughts for the teams here?
I just want to encourage everyone to really take this opportunity to put yourself out there. It's a really special time. I think it's a really special community where you can take risks, try things that you haven't gotten to try before, and really stretch yourself in this safe and welcoming environment. I think it's such a great opportunity to show people what you've got, practice some skills that you've been waiting to practice, and do it all before maybe your next job in technology.
I love it. Thank you, Brenda. And thank you so much for your leadership on this event. It's been incredibly helpful. So just a little bit logistics of what's going to happen next. We're going to pop off the screen. The screen's going to go dark for about 1 minute. To stay tuned, and our panelists are backstage and they're ready to go. So we'll jump off and they'll come on. And then after they are finished, we'll be over in the sessions for the rest of the day. So right now everyone will be here, and then we'll be available in the sessions for the workshops for the rest of the day. So thank you, Brenda. We're going to pop off, and the group will be back in about 1 minute.